Last night shift in the ED was insane. 21-year-old female comes to the ED. She's primary gravid, 35 weeks period of gestation, came with complaints of yellowish discoloration of skin. Now she's triaged to priority 3 because she was hemodynamically stable. Now we sent a routine workup and with all the lab parameters and Swansea criteria, she had coagulopathy, leukocytosis, hypoglycemia, AK and all of that. She was diagnosed with acute fatty liver of pregnancy. Now we involved obstetrics team early, so they came down. They said, okay, we have to do an emergency LSCS. So before that, they wanted to give 8 cryo, 4 FFP and also PRBC. So now we uprised her to give a monitor transfusion. So we initiated cryo. Initially, she was hemodynamically stable. Now 7 cryos in, she started developing urticaria. Now she has rashes, she's having itching. Then we were like, okay, she's having a reaction to cryo. First of all, what are the odds of her having a reaction to cryo, right? We gave antihistaminics, we gave Avil, Rantac, Hydrocort. Her itching and rashes actually improved. Now after a short while, she starts hypotensing. Now NIBP reading is showing 160. So we gave fluids initially. She was transiently responded, but again she started hypotensing. Now ops team is there, so they were like, okay, we have to immediately shift the patient because there was also NST. NST now is showing fetal D cells. The fetal heart rate is going from 100 to 90 to 80. But we were not satisfied with the blood pressure reading, so we checked our manual reading. Manual reading is actually now showing 70-40. So we cannot shift the patient. So my consultant was also there, so our team was there. So we were like, okay, we have to do an emergency bedside LSCS in the ED. So this was the plan. Right now obstetrics comes down, anesthesia is down there, neonatology is down there. pH was actually 7.2 with a PCO2 of around 26, bicarb of 18, lactates of around 40. Everything is ready, right? I placed off a left radial arterial line to see her BP in real time because if we were going to proceed with the emergency LSCS, we have to have a real time BP reading. Arterial line BP is also showing a BP of 75/40. So like, okay, we have to do a bedside LSCS. But the problem was they really wanted to shift her to the OT, which makes sense because so much of coagulopathy with an INR of 2.4, platelets of 65,000, she could bleed out there, right? So we had to stabilize her. Because it was a full-blown anaphylaxis, we had also given 0.5 mg adrenaline IM. We were like, okay, we have to take care of the airway. So we are at the head end, intermediate rocurine is loaded. We have started pre-oxygenating. But at this point, we were like, okay, she still needs to go to the OT because of so much of coagulopathy and possibility of her bleeding out in the ED. So then we had to stabilize her. So we thought, again, she's already hypotensing. Now post-intubation, she could also hypotense further. At this point, airway is still patent, airway is still not threatened. So we can still hold off of the intubation. So we started NORAD infusion, ADRI infusion, got the BP up to around 95-70. That was the best BP that we got. Okay, now we have enough time to at least shift her to the OT. So it was green corridor, everybody moved aside, the elevator was kept open. So all of us went until the OT, dropped her off, and then they did an emergency LSCS under general anesthesia in a controlled environment. And apparently the baby is doing well. Hopefully the mother also will do well. All in all, it was insane. Oh my god. Imagine doing a bedside LSCS in the ED. Oh, almost there. But I'm so glad the baby is doing well and mother hopefully will also do well. I have to sleep. Good shift. Good night.